Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more of our Triangle Strategy Hopes podcast. So basically, this is we are recording this basically after we just finished up the demo. Alex,
We.
also, oh wait,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you go. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying, like, yeah, we finished chapter 3 and everything. So we went to Aspfrost. You know, had the tournament, got the shit kicked out of us by Maxwell. All
Off
the
screen.
yeah, off screen. So yeah, no, very fun time. And now with all of that prior knowledge and Triangle Strategy at the time of this recording being about a month, well, no, a week and a half away, not a month and a half.
Yeah, we're
Um,
recording this on February 26th.
yep. So
I
with
mean,
that in mind,
22nd, 22nd.
yes. But with that in mind, we are getting very close, so we want to talk about our last two hopes.
Yeah, and I think it was actually good that we finished up the demo, like this new demo, and then we like reevaluate our hopes.
Yeah.
But for me, I think my hopes still like stay the same no matter what.
Well, I talked about split classes, so oops.
Yeah, well,
That
that's
didn't
that's
pan out,
that's
so,
one
yeah.
hope that is basically a crushed disappointment.
It is dashed, yes.
So, but honestly, after playing the demo, I think it's definitely reevaluating what my last two hopes are gonna be. So, with that out of the way, I'm just gonna get started. So, what my second hope was, and this is actually a tough one after playing the demo, and I think what I want my number 2 hope to be will be the map design of Triangle Strategy. No.
Map design.
Now, overall, the map design that I have played, and also I have played in the mock battles, has not been too bad actually.
Well, the first chapter where it's the whatchamacallit, the port where
yeah.
Frederica comes in, and you have Frederica, Gila, Benedict, and Serenoa. I think that's a good starting
And Roland.
chapter. Oh yeah, and Roland comes in afterwards in a little bit, like in a turn or two.
No, he comes in on the first.
Immediately.
No, he comes in on the first turn.
Oh yeah, but no, I do remember that it was good because it split your forces into kind of where you had one mobile unit up with the rest of the enemies. So
attacking from the north, and then you guys attacking from the south.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of space for the people in the south, the majority, to move around in. So it's kind of, you got a little boxed in, but at the same time, whatchamacallit, you would have to maneuver with Roland so that everything would be alright. But with that in mind, it's like you could also utilize the terrain because it told you about like higher and lower terrain, and you also saw like, yeah, you can go in the water to flank your enemy if you need to. So there's a lot of like ways to move around and do stuff, and it really does show you like, okay, here's what you can do like in these maps.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that I did not like though was the reason why I'm actually putting this as my number 2 hope is because we saw like the first 2 maps, like all of the map was being used, but when we moved on over to Rudolph where he joined in, like 10% to 20% of the map was being used, where the rest of it was just like none of it was being used at all.
It's just empty space, yeah.
Yeah, like there was no enemies there. We used like 10 to 20% of the map, and that was like it. And it felt like I was like playing the map wrong in some way, but no, it wasn't, because like all the enemies were like right where I was starting. So it felt a little bit like, that's why I'm hoping that the map design will improve later on, and I do have high hopes that it will improve. But so far from what I've played, it's definitely interesting, and I do like how I can actually like alter the terrain with with mages. But
I do like, yeah, it with the different types of magic, it allows you to change up the terrain so that either like you can shock people with lightning and
I
freeze with ice and stuff.
Like nice. I melt the ground. Like I know what like some like people, like if they chose to go to Hyzant, they would have got Quarantine, and what they would do is that they would they would like put up an ice wall or like freeze the ground, melt it with fire, and then probably get like some sort of like thunder magic user to shock the water, and then the enemy would get dealt massive damage.
That could work.
Fortunately, I don't have Quarantine, so I'll never be able to see that happen.
Well, whenever you're fighting Aspfrost or any kind of snowy area, you could always do that.
Yeah.
And you also like there are thunderstones, kind of like how it is in Octopath Travelers. So you could always do that and just use that to do that thunder damage. So that could always work.
Yeah. Also, that also, Alex. So, do you remember those like kudos cards that we like can get from like the shop, the kudos shop?
Yes, I do.
I found out that they you can only use them once per map actually.
No, yeah, they did tell us once per map. I was wondering if they were once in total, like single use, but it seems like they're not.
No, they're not actually. I can confirm this actually because I did the mock battles and I tried it off screen.
This is nice.
By the way, I decided to get my character to level 4, not level 5, so while I have you right here, because the thing is, though, that the mock battles give very little experience.
So it'd be a very long grind.
Yeah, I'm not grinding everyone to level 5. Everyone is at level 4 right now, which is the recommended level for the next fights, so I think I'll be fine, actually.
That's fair.
Plus, like, I don't plan on using every single unit here on my roster, so I have to like pick and choose, and we'll see like later on as we continue with the game what my roster will be. And because like, you know, like I'm not using everyone, so I have to like we have to wait and see. So that's why I don't think it's appropriate to get everyone like max level, because I'm not when we play this game, it's gonna be like Fire Emblem. I'm not planning on using my entire roster.
No, I see what you mean. Because you can't. You really can. You must pick and choose.
I mean, I could obviously just grind, but this grind would be slow and atrocious.
It's not fun. I
Yeah.
wouldn't recommend
It's not like Fire Emblem where like the grind is like, oh, this is a grind, but at least like, you know, I'm getting this done quick and easy and fast.
like you're grinding like while you're progressing through the game. With that, it's just the only progression you're making is progression with that character specifically.
Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything else to say for my second hope. Just the map design. I hope that it improves. So far, it's alright, but I'm on the fence about how the map design I'll feel about it when as we get later on into the game. So
honestly, yeah, my number 2 hope was also going to be the map design.
Oh, okay.
It was. And the only thing is that I would like to add with that is that, yeah, when it comes to like bigger maps that aren't really filled out yet, I hope that those are like with the S-Cross one, for instance, they come back to it later, and then you get to see the comparison of, all right, how does it look like in a harder later on chapter compared to like earlier when it's like there aren't too many enemies to fight off, like you're at less of a disadvantage, and it's just not as daunting. You get to see the difference, and that makes it even scarier.
Yeah, I do think the reason why the map was like that was because we're still in the early game. The game is still like opening us up to the game's mechanics, and also it's like with how we know the story's gonna go, we can possibly like see that we're gonna be fighting Gustadolf on that map, if anything, because we've seen it from the trailers.
Yeah, but if anything, like we'll most likely be fighting on that sort of map again, if not that exact map. But yeah. I do really just hope that we're able to like have good map design that have like fun gimmicks or something, or just like really make
no revelation gimmicks here.
No revelation gimmicks, no fucking elevators or anything.
No shoveling snow. I know we're in Air Frost, but please, this doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, I would like it where it's like it makes you think and you can use the terrain to your advantage, which they've been doing a good job of so far, and I can see that it's going to be like really nice. Like aside from just like higher ground and stuff that increases like accuracy and damage and what have you, I would like it to be like, yeah, more stuff like with the ice. Like, yeah, absolutely. Because that also, like, when you melt the ice, I think it's that you also get like a movement buff because it doesn't slow your movement down once the ice is melted. So like that's a cool thing, or it's like you can freeze the ice, and then it's like, alright, it slows enemies down, so it gives you like more of a buffer all the time. That's
or like
cool.
Freeze the water into ice.
Yeah, so like then you could like walk across the river or something. There's so many cool things you could do. Like, you know? So with that, like it seems like they have all the tools necessary to do this stuff. I just want to see them actually do it. So no big empty maps. You can have big maps, just not big empty maps. And cool stuff that you can do on the maps that affect strategy and like you can utilize for that. That's what I want.
Alright. I don't think I'm gonna put like a timestamp since you and me both have the same like hope.
Yeah.
Though I do.
Just sidecar.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna upload like any timestamps for this video as well, but I am gonna see what you're interested in, what your final hope will be.
I will say that it's not something I would have expected at first, but it's somewhat interesting.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, most likely I'll have the final hope video up by next week, right before the game comes out, like maybe a day or two before it comes out. So you guys will have that, looking forward to. But I will upload this probably either today of the 22nd or tomorrow of the 23rd. I have to see how my schedule will be. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the final hopes video. Till then, bye now.
Bye bye.